Good evening, everyone. So, this is a very short explanation on the law of supply. So, we are done discussing with the law of demand, and that talks about the consumer or buyer side law of demand. In this law of supply, we will be dealing on the supplier's side. So please bear it in mind that as we talk concepts here, bear it in mind that we are talking on behalf, no, on the sellers or producers side. Okay? So, the meaning of supply in the context of economics, this refers to the number of units of goods or services, the quantity or dami, okay, number of units of goods or services a supplier or a seller or a producer is willing and able. The two words should come together, willing and able, to bring those goods or services to the market for a specific price. Okay? Now, this is the law of supply. Notice that I am using here the arrow up, two arrow up, and then two arrow down. Okay? So, as price increases, kung tataas yung presyo, quantity supplied also increases. Okay? And then as the price decreases, quantity supplied also decreases. So there is now a direct relationship between the price and the quantity supplied. Okay? So as price increases, quantity supplied also increases. And then as the price decreases, quantity supplied also decreases. Okay? Why is this? Because producers are willing and able to produce and offer more goods at a higher price than a lower price. Bakit? Kasi we, the supplier, no, the supplier, the producer, the seller, are are really wanting to have more profits. So such behavior is a natural inclination. Wala namang businessman na willing to produce goods if he or she makes no profit at all. Okay? So pag mataas yung presyo, si seller at si buyer ay magpo-produce ng marami. Okay, that is why the quantity supplied will also increase. But then pag bababa yung presyohan, of course, si seller at si producer ay hindi na sila magsusupply kasi mababa ang presyo. So the quantity supplied also decreases. So please take note that this law is correct if we apply the assumption of ceteris paribus. That is saying that all other things, no, the determinants like the cost, production, technology, number of sellers, and so forth, are held constant. Okay? So we will determine the law of supply. We can see how it is presented through the supply schedule, and then we have the graphs, and then we have the function. Okay, so we have here an example, no, the supply schedule of wet. So as noticed that as price increases, the quantity supplied this in this side also increases. So as we can also see here in the supply curve, this one, that at 10 pesos, no quantity, the sellers are willing to supply 100 kilogram, okay, 100 kilos. And then at 20 pesos per kilo the price, so the seller is willing to supply 200 kilos and so on. So as price increases, quantity supplied also increases, and then as price decreases, quantity supplied also decreases. Okay, so we will now be discussing about the determinants of demand. What are those factors that influences? No, the determinants of supply. So what are those factors that determines or influences supply? Okay, so we have number one, technology. Okay, so this refers to the method of production or how something is produced. Having modern technology means being able to produce more. So, pag ikaw, producer ka ng rice or corn, tapos you are just using a labor, a man or a animal or a carabao to plow the fields, so you can produce just a little, okay, as compared to the farmers who are using technology like this in the picture. Okay, so if a producer is relying on the old technology, yun nga sinabi ko kanina, which uses only animals instead of machines, so the production would be slower, right? Better technology means more supply produced and less cost of producing these goods. Okay, so another example, kung yung business mo is on producing t-shirt, no? When you are just using a bare hand to sew a piece of t-shirt, so you can produce less rather than if you are using a high-tech sewing machine, you can produce more because you can produce more because you are using technology. Then you can provide more supply to the market. So that is why technology is a determinant of supply. Okay, next is the cost of production. So this refers to the things a producer had to spend on to keep making goods and services. So this includes the raw materials, the laborers, because you will be paying those laborers per day or per hour, no? Bank loan interest, because you may borrow to the bank, no, to finance your production, or land or building rent if you are renting lang, no, sa production area mo, or if you are renting the machines that you are using in the production. Pagtataas yung presyo ng mga yan, no, the raw materials, laborers, bank loan, yung mga interest, the land or the building rent, kung tataas ang presyohan yan, tataas yung cost of production, what will happen to the supply? Okay, so an increase in cost of production makes it harder for the producers because he or she has to pay more to keep producing. So, this is why when the cost of producing goes up, the supply of goods most likely goes down. Okay, another example, if a businessman don't want to sell more goods if they are not sure that they will get such money, if they have to pay workers more, that means their profit will stay with the laborers or the workers, no? So they have to give more of what they earn to the workers. So what if sellers just increase price when cost of production goes up? Okay, so it is very obvious, no, na pag magmahal yung mga kailangan natin sa pag-produce ng isang product, the cost of production tataas, it our supply then is bababa. Kasi nga mahal yung pagbili ng mga raw materials at pagbayad ng mga laborers. Okay? Another determinant is the number of sellers. It is very obvious, no, that the more sellers or the more factories that produces that certain goods, it means that there is an increase in supply. Okay, so on the other hand, if there are less sellers or there are less producers or less factories that are producing that certain kind of goods, then there is less supply. Another determinant is the prices of other goods. Okay, so since the price increase means less demand, kasi mahal, bababa yung demand. A producer may choose to produce something else to continue gaining profit or to have more profit. Okay, let us say the price of rice goes up. So as you can see here in the picture, if tataas yung presyo ng bigas, palay, if so, then a farmer may choose to produce more corn instead because he knows that less people will buy rice from him kasi nga mahal yung presyo ng rice. So that is why the prices of other goods will influence no supply. Next is the price expectations. So if the producers or the sellers expect prices to rise very soon, pag mabalitaan nila na tataas yung presyo ng ganitong klaseng produkto, they usually keep their goods. Okay, there will be hoarding, no? And then release them in the market when the prices are already high. Kasi magkakaroon sila ng malaking profit dyan. Okay, this is very sad. This leads producers to keeping their supply of goods on their warehouses until prices increase. So this is called artificial shortage. So this is usually what happens when government says that the prices of some basic goods are about to go up. Okay, so like what happened to sugar, no? So there are plenty of warehouses that are hoarding the supply of sugar. Okay? So what happened was tumaas yung prices. And then when the prices is already high, that's the time that the those businessmen will release the supply from their warehouses. Okay? Next is the taxes and subsidies. Okay, how will this influence the supply? Certain taxes increase the cost of production. Okay? Kasi magbabayad ka, no? Higher taxes discourage production because it reduces the earnings of the businessman. Kasi yung portion sana na earnings mo na, profit mo na, kukuhanan yan pangbayad ng taxes. So, tumaas yung cost of production, what will happen to the supply? Okay, so that is why the government extends tax exemption to some new and necessary industries to stimulate their growth. Okay, so when we talk also about subsidies, that is a grant or by a government to a private person or company to assist that enterprise to produce more. So, pag bibigyan yan ng subsidiya ng ating gobyerno, of course, that certain factory could be able now to produce more. So, because he is now able to produce more, tataas din ang supply. Okay? So, I hope that this explanation is clear enough to you. No? So those are the determinants of demand. Okay, so if you like the video, you can share this one to your classmates, and then you may subscribe. So I have more discussion the on the applied economics. I am doing this not to earn, no, you can skip ads. I am doing this for so that my students who are not be able to attend no my face-to-face discussion, especially na meron akong mga estudyante na for a very valid reason nagmo-modular sila, so they can access my discussion through this video. Okay, so thank you so much.